A note on Under the Volcano. Non se puede vivir sin amar. That's a tagline for this very good, excellent movie at times. John Huston is the director. Albert Finney is Geoffrey Furman, the hero, the British consul in this small town in Mexico. And that's the fascination of Mexico with its beautiful dances, very often friendly people, with the joy of life, joie de vivre, salud y pesetas. That's one of the salutes in there. And I used to, after reading the book, because the original material, the book on which the film is based, is included on the Modern Library top 100 best novels of the last century. And not only that, it's there near the beginning of, on the 11th place or so. So a wonderful book. And after reading it, I started signing my emails with salud y pesetas, which sounds exotic, interesting to me. And otherwise, it is a drama. I would say a tragedy. Geoffrey Furman is divorced. His wife is not with him anymore, Yvonne Furman. The other third important character in this film is Hugh, his stepbrother, Hugh Furman, played by Anthony Andrews. And at the beginning we have the Day of Death, it's a celebration, and an interesting remark from Geoffrey Furman. Only in Mexico they laugh at death, and they celebrate it. Alas, he's an alcoholic. Throughout most of the film, he is drunk, or very drunk. But this adds, I would say, to the charm of the film, to the complexity of the images on screen, because he's both amusing with his slow motion acting, and the slow like I am now. I mean, I'm getting I'm catching the disease. Slow rendering of dialogue, of lines, of words, and at times it's not slapstick comedy, but for instance, at one point he just falls flat on the street, and there's another British man with a car. I say, is there something wrong? And there's a polite, civilized, gentlemanly dialogue. The consul can be also really noble, aristocratic, and distinguished, sophisticated. In most of these scenes, where he's, as I was trying to say, both ridiculous as drunk, but also impressive, outstanding as a man with education, with a lot of suffering. He's depressed. He's not drinking just for that, even if at times it seems unreasonable, because Yvonne is back. So why carry on? It's deeper that we may find some reasons. So that's the other fascinating aspect. That's so many levels. On one level, you say, oh, that's a drunkard who's just floating around in Mexico and getting involved in all sorts of trouble from one point on. Really difficult, actually. And he's acting here with bravery, here with nonchalance, and then gentlemanly. How you say, I need to pay more? There you have. Gracias. Thank you. He's giving money to children, to everybody. He's going on a sort of a rocket game. There's a merry-go-round or something with you, and he's again out of this world. But at deeper level, we have a man who is disappointed, who loves Yvonne, a beautiful Jacqueline Bisset. I'm sorry, I failed to mention it. Really beautiful as his ex-wife, who may be interested to get back to him. I mean, she returned, and when Hugh is asking, "What is it you're doing, Yvonne?" Not in these words. Well, I don't know. No, I thought of asking because he's strong as a bull, but you know, he's concerned about the well-being of his stepbrother. And she says she wants to be with him again at various stages, but he's running away. He's getting, as I said, into trouble. There's a corrida, there's destitution, there's misery, there's Mexico, as I said, with its best. The splendid happiness, well-being at times, and the carelessness. But then there's the other side, as I said, the misery, the poverty, the violence in some places. They pass with a bus a man who is killed. They see him in his last moments. And then we meet some villains who will be very bad to Fermin. But I'll not say what happens, of course.